All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, happy Monday morning to you, folks. "7:48, Coach Micheal Burt. You know what I believe? I believe everybody needs a coach. I believe a good coach can change your life. I believe a good coach reframes you, refocuses you, reignites you sometime, gets you excited about your bigger future. So, I'm in Watercolor, Florida, here for the next week. And, man, I get up in the morning and I go, what do people need to hear? What do I need to hear and what do people need to hear? Brad Fowler. And this morning I woke up and I was thinking about the summer. I was thinking about how people get off track. I was thinking about how people get away from their goals. Austin Buchanan. I was thinking about how to recommit to something, man. How to get excited again about something. How to find something in the future you can kind of lock your teeth into, Brian Covey, and get excited about. Brian White. Get enthusiastic about. How do people recommit? So I start thinking, what do I do to recommit myself, to get to re-enthuse myself, to get excited about? And I start thinking, man, what do I do? Sometimes it's a new project. Sometimes that's why I'm excited about maybe a success school we're doing with kids, or the Greatness Factory we're building in Nashville, or a Monster Nation conference that's coming up in September. Sometimes it's a partnership with another person that April that gets me excited. Like, man, I want to do something with that person. I want to do something with that person. It could be a new learning. Like, I've been studying and learning a lot about equanimity, which is peace and calmness, and how do you handle large amounts of data, right? So at the end of the day, James Neese, what recommits me is having something in the future that gets me excited. Now, what else recommits me, which is why I'm so excited to announce the Monster Nation Conference last night and talk about that 1776 special we're doing this week, is because nothing typically reignites me, Joshua Young, than being in a room with big-time people and learning and studying and having my Pray Drive reactivated. Because as I'm working on this book, Daniel Hodges, on Pray Drive, I'm reminded that many times, although Pray Drive is inside of us, it is typically activated by something exterior from us. It is typically activated by something that cranks the engine, something motivates. Fear of loss, competition, exposure, which is why I'm trying to get you in the room so badly, either at the lodge or at the Monster Nation Conference. I'm trying to get you in a room because that exposure, Mark Kemp, can open the door to the activation of the Pray Drive. Now, what happens when you get in the room with people that have a high Pray Drive? Number one, you always learn something. Number two, you always take away a new concept. Number three, you walk out of there thinking bigger. And the first step to being bigger is thinking bigger, okay? And you don't think bigger if you don't get around people who are operating at a bigger level. This is why Richest Man in Babylon says every action we take is driven by our thoughts. Our thoughts are no wiser than our understandings, right, Tracy? When we have bigger understandings, we got bigger thought patterns, we take bigger action, we got bigger dreams, we got bigger goals, we got bigger hopes, we got bigger ambitions. So the way I recommit to something, especially in the summer months, when you're out there and you're like, man, we were trained our whole lives to take off in the summer, man. From the time we're kids, we go to school, we go to the factory, and then we take off in the summer, right? The farmers, that's the way they did it, man, so the kids could work back in the old days. And so if you're out there thinking about what can reconnect me, man, you probably need to be connected to somebody. You probably need to re-engage with somebody. You probably need to reconnect with somebody. You probably need to maybe disconnect from somebody that's holding you back and reconnect or connect with somebody who can get you to the next frequency. So that's what I typically do in the summer months, man, is movement and circulation, right, Diva? Then I start thinking about my goals. Then I start writing down. Then I get involved in a project. Then I put something on the future. Then my B starts actually activating. When I say B, I'm at A, and I'm trying to get to B. The B starts activating my Pray Drive to move toward it. Pray Drive, instinct to pursue. Okay? And I'm moving towards something with enthusiasm and excitement, and it reignites that Pray Drive. If you're doing the same thing, in the same way, with the same people, getting the same results, guess what? Your pray drive is going to be deactivated. It's not going to be reactivated. So what one thing could you lock into here? Could you get your Monster Nation ticket this week? You got a 1776 special going on. Get you 2 days of the conference, 1 private concert, VIP treatment. That ticket is typically $2,500. We're doing it for $1,776 this week through July 4th. That's a July 4th special. So make sure you follow me and posting. And you need to commit. You need to suck it up and get in the room with these people. I'm telling you. Okay. I'm also doing Person of Interest coming up on Thursday and Friday. On July 12th and 13th, I'm doing Person of Interest. And then I'm backing that up, Daniel Hodges with the Micheal Burt School of Speaking. And I'm backing that up to the Hunting Club. So if you're out there, man, and you're watching this and you're like, man, it's summertime, I got to reignite that pray drive. Ask yourself, is your big enough? Are you connected to the right people? Are you in the room like you should be? And are you moving towards something with purpose? Right, Beth Manning? Are you moving towards something with enthusiasm? Or are you dull, bored, stuck, complacent, in a rut, and you got the summertime blues, man? And the summertime blues is like, man, let's just, it's summertime. I'm going to get distracted, which means to pull apart. I need to refocus on my B. I need to reactivate that drive. And there's nothing going to do that better than staying in a rhythm and a cadence, typically with somebody who you really believe in. So look at what I've got this summer. I've got Person of Interest, the Micheal Burt School of Speaking. I'm doing the Making of a Coach, which is going to be a 3 or 4 hour session on the 23rd, I think, Roy Jones. Then I got Monster Nation coming up in September. I've got boot camps around the country. I'm going to be traveling around the country. I'll be up in Michigan next week. And then I'm coming back and doing a 2-day insurance boot camp. So if you're out there, man, and you're serious, let's really make a decision to go to the next level, okay? And if you're moving slower than you want, you got to add the third component of pray drive, which is the intensity. There's activation, there's persistence, there's intensity. Most people can have their drive activated by something, a video, they hear something, they exercise. It can be activated. That's the inspiration. What they lack is the persistence to see something through to its conclusion and the intensity to see it through to its conclusion. So there's 3 phases. That's why when I really get into this book and I start talking about the reactivation of your drive, it has a lot to do with environment and exposure. Okay? Environment and exposure. Okay? When I'm down here in Florida, at our house in Florida, great exposure, great environment, more contemplative, doesn't move as fast, Norma, as it does when I'm in the city, but I'm doing deep work on projects. Cal Newport talks about that in his book, Deep Work. I'm doing deep work, writing a book that's going to be coming out. I'm imaging things. I'm creating concepts. So if you're out there, Jason, and you're like, man, I got to kick it in gear. It's summertime, man. What would cure it? What would cure the summertime blues? Action. When in doubt, take an action. Follow up with somebody. Send a message. Schedule a meeting. Okay? Action cures stagnation. At the end of the day, there's nothing that solves this problem better than you taking action, okay? That's what I want to encourage you. So, I want to see you in the room with me. We've got 1776 special this week, guys. It's this week only. Come to Monster Nation. Get you 2 of them committed tickets. 2 days with me. VIP access. Friday night concert. Bradley. Rob Luna. Chuck McDowell. Cody Askins. Tori Cruz. I'm going to be adding a lot more people. Okay, so you're going to want to come to Nashville. And I promise you, this will reactivate that pray drive like you can't imagine, okay? You guys have a great day. It's Monday, last week of June, I think. Or it's next week to last week. It's coming up, though. Got to push this thing across the finish line. Let's roll.
Before I get started, there is one very important question I have to ask you.
Coach Micheal Burt, Monster Producer Academy CEO. He's a personal friend of mine.
What good is it to have knowledge with no desire? What good is it to have desire with no skill? What good is it to have knowledge and skill with no confidence?
A big part of activating your pray drive is finding and refining your talent. This is something that helps you get to the next place.
People are made up of 4 parts: a body, a mind, a heart, and a spirit.
You need to know you, and then you need to have an awareness, and sometimes you don't even know what you need.
So all 4 parts of our nature have to be clicking. Your hard skill solves my problem. The bigger the problem, the more money people will pay to solve it.
Everything is valuable to your future. What I'm really paying you for is your past.
A monster producer combines multiple skills to dominate a market.
When you get to wake up every day and do what you love doing, man, it is hard not to be motivated.
They think at a higher ordinance than everybody else. They want to create new things. I have a conviction about me, and that's the conviction that you feel when I talk, when I speak. It comes across as passion.
You got to learn how to connect to another person at such a deep level that it moves them. You have goals, you have targets, but you don't have a sense of urgency.
They're going to exchange money, energy, they're going to raise capital, they're going to start new businesses, there's going to be joint ventures.
I think your purpose finds you. It is activated. The word activate means to initiate.
Discipline, which is a derivative of the word disciple, which means to give yourself to a person or cause you believe in. Do you believe in your future, yes or no?
When we know better, we do better. Finding the problem that you are uniquely qualified to solve, and you don't know what problem you really solve for whom, then there is no big financial exchange right there. You should leave here thinking bigger today than when you came.
And I want to shake your hand and look you in the eyeball when you make this decision. Thank you. We'll see you in the back. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.